What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S., part of Dead Media Group, presented by alphacliniconline.com. Alphacliniconline.com is the go-to website for all things performance enhancement. Just take it from me. Like, look, like if you're a guy, you want to get that old thing back, you need to come check out Alpha Male. Actually, if you're over 30, your testosterone levels are starting to dip. You really should just, even if you don't need hormone replacement, you should definitely get your levels checked so that people can tell you exactly where you're at. If you're noticing your energy levels are low, you're noticing that your love life is lacking, which a lot of guys, those are very embarrassing things as a man. You want to feel like, you have that fuller D. Well, we're private. You ain't got to worry about me bragging and being like, hey, yo, Eric came to Alpha Male. He wasn't having no fuller D. Eric need to come. Eric need to get. Nah, we're not like that. Just throwing you out there, Eric. Apparently, your D is working still. You just had a baby. Congratulations on that shit again. But come over here, Alpha Clinic. We'll make sure you're tapped in. You're doing everything. Helps with weight loss. A lot of you guys have these questions about semaglutide, which is basically Ozempic, all your weight loss medications. There are ways to get on some of these things, even if you're not diabetic, and it can help you with your weight loss. And let Christina be able to help get you through all of the processes in which you get. Some of you guys are a little hormonal, a little emotional, high estrogen. We have estrogen blockers. We have different things that we can get you on that can help, even with the ladies. We definitely can help with the ladies as well. We're working on peptides for athletes so that, you can be able to live your best life and perform at the high level and continue to be the alpha in which you are. That's alphacliniconline.com. Go check it out. Put in the description, Big Game sent you, and we'll be able to give you a free blood panel evaluation, as well as other benefits and other different things that you can do. As you guys can see, we are back home inside of the world's greatest cigar lounge, Goodfellas. Today we have the TSJ Experience, a very good soulful band that comes out here on Friday nights. They're going to be vibing, going to be all kinds of shit. I think we got a couple food trucks and things like that. I think Cheese might be out here this weekend. Saturday we have DJ Saxy Pierre. No, we have DJ Pierre, aka Uncle Black, and then we have another guy who plays the guitar. I can't remember his name. Neo Soul. Neo Soul is his name. That's it. So we have different nights. Candy's doing her thing with the marketing. Whiskey Wednesday, Thirsty Thursdays, Titty Tuesdays. Just joking. We don't have we could have Titty Tuesdays. It is ladies' night. So is that it? It's not sexist if we technically Tuesdays lady nights and we call it Titty Tuesdays. That's just marketing, right?
What's wrong with titties?
I mean, everybody likes titties. So, but Mondays are the only day we're closed until football season. Then we'll do Monday night stuff. I know we're kind of throwing people off with the time of the show. Monday show will be in the evening. Have no idea when Wednesday show will be. It'll probably be in the evening as well, seeing as I'll be in Colorado. Friday will probably be in the evening because I get back from Colorado on Friday, if I remember correctly. Or is it Thursday? Yes, Friday. So sorry that yawn had to get me. What else we got? Those are all basically the opening statements for the things that pay the bills. How y'all doing on this Friday? I have a problem that I'm experiencing with the Anonymous app. It's NGL. I think it's like Not Gonna Lie. Let me go find it. I get like random shit in mine. Like I see other people have picked it up and they're doing stuff, but like, like you guys do know that when you respond to this, you're anonymous, right? So you can't they ask specific questions that you can't get an answer to because I have no fucking idea who you are. Like, you want to go out this weekend was one of the questions that I got in anonymous. So I just choose to be funny with it. I'll go out with anybody I'll go out with anybody anywhere as long as it's Goodfellas Cigar Lounge. So as long as you want to come to Goodfellas, you can take me out. I will feel free to buy the bar with me at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge. Like not with me. You buy the bar. You pay for my drinks at my cigar lounge. We can go wherever you want to go. That's my thought process on it. But people are like, please, let's hang out soon. Like, who are you? Like, what? I don't know if I want to hang out with you. Also, we got some in the chat. Appreciate everybody. Good morning in the chat. FSU baseball plays their super regional at noon against UConn. Hopefully, we go ahead and get this thing, 2 up, 2 down. Don't need to make this thing any longer than what it really is. Let's go ahead and get to Omaha. That should be the goal. Then we'll go to the other thing. Right now, we're still getting. I'm giving myself till Monday to where I heavily market the book bag drive, and start talking about what we got and things going on. Right now, if you want to cop a hat, the MFTK brand, we have all kinds of different apparel for you guys to be able to catch. If you don't want to go to the pin tweet on Twitter, you can just put your phone up to that QR code, and the QR code will show you exactly what it is that we have available. If you buy a hat, you basically are paying for a week's worth of groceries for a kid, as well as a book bag with 9 weeks worth of school supplies. We were doing in Jacksonville, Jacksonville, Orlando, Tallahassee, and I believe we're giving the goods to have one happen in Atlanta. So we want 4,000 bags. That's going to take a little bit of work, a little bit of raising funds. So every donation, every dollar is greatly appreciated. Somehow we went backwards on our YouTube streams, YouTube subs, but for shits and giggles, we're about 160 subs away. So from the 6,000 mark. So, but I looked at where we were at last year. We were like, I was like looking to get 2,000 subs this week last year. So still the growth is major. Love that. Eric would love to do something in Savannah. Savannah ain't nothing but a hop. We go where we're asked. So there's that. Love the continuations. Love bragging on my guys. Tramel Jones right here is doing it. Him and Jamie French and a few others are down at OT7. They're doing all-star stuff, so I want you to watch my kid. My Jit is a little more athletic than he normally is. You're never going to rely on him to make big runs, though. But I want everybody to check this out, though. He's not doing workouts in my day, we did the workouts in shorts. Like baggy shorts. They got him in the tights, the skin tight stuff, man. This is why I say, man, this stuff is kind of weird. What you guys really want to watch. Little boys in really tight shorts. Luckily, he didn't take his shirt off. Just gets a little eerie, man. A little weird.
In the comments, they'll see a recruit, like someone from Florida saw something we put about Jamie French, and they put like a big heart. Oh no, it was like a big heart, and they were hoping he goes to Alabama. And it's just like a big heart, and it's a man. It's just like, I don't know, man. You can't be in love with.
No, listen, man. I'm telling you, like some of this stuff, some of y'all computers, man. If they like really looked at them and just broke them down, like y'all might be in trouble. Y'all, they were like, "Why do you have so many shirtless boys in your computer? Like, what's going on here?" Like, but you do it under the football guys. But anyways, that's Tramel doing this thing. Before I get into the show, Ozzie Guillen is phenomenal coach. I think phenomenal player. In an era when baseball was cool and shit. But now I've never heard somebody sum up my thoughts on doing media as good as he has. So like he really just, this is how I feel. And he broke it down really good. I like him. The reason why I liked him because he's always been like, he's super Spanish and unapologetic, but he's also just like as real as you can get.
Hawk picked the right time. I swear to God, Hawk, he was so smart in baseball. He picked the right time to say, See you.
He gone.
He gone. I love it. You know what I mean? Like, because I know how much you'll be suffer right now.
Oh,
doing
could you
this game.
imagine him on the call? Well,
Oh,
see,
no.
he probably wouldn't have said anything.
I see you tomorrow. No, it's just like, no, because, okay, people have to understand. Okay, we just not a pre-game, post-game analyst or whatever. Unfortunately, I'm a White Sox fan. I am. Everything I have in my life, my kids' career, everything I have, is because of the White Sox. I earn it.
Mhm.
I earn every second.
It's in your blood.
Yeah, but they give me the opportunity and all the stuff. I'm a White Sox fan. Unfortunately, I am. And when I say stuff, I get upset, I get happy, whatever it is, it just, that hurt. They hurt the team, obviously. I'm not going to say they know what hurt the player, Pedro. That hurt to myself too. And it's a funny thing about I can pay to get hurt. Some people pay to get hurt.
So for those who don't understand, are we having feedback or is it just okay? Okay. I know Spanish. Like not Spanish, but I know like Spanish English because I'm around enough Spanish people. So I know some of y'all were having a hard time understanding what Ozzy was saying. He said people have to understand we're not just pregame, postgame analysts. Unfortunately, I'm a White Sox fan. I am. It's a funny thing. I am getting paid to get hurt. Some people pay to get hurt, but like, you know, just put it in perspective. Like I am, and he talked about how everything, you know, that he's ever had, he owes to the White Sox. He earned it, but the White Sox are the ones who gave him the opportunity. So when I'm talking about Florida State is the reason why I'm here. So I 100% understand where he's coming from. He's like, yo, you know, but some people have to watch, you know, they pay for this kind of pain, but at least I'm getting paid. Angelo Smith asked, why is Trammell still considered a 3-star? I think a lot of that would change, and it depends on which service that you look at. I think Rivals has him as a 4-star, and On3 has him as a 4-star. Hold on. Let me I know he's a 4-star in two of the things, and he's a not 1-star, he's a 3-star in one of them. Yeah, 247 is he's a 247 composite 4-star. 247 has him as a 3-star only though. And he's a high 3-star. He's like just like if he continues to perform well, like when they do the readjustments, he'll climb in the rankings. Trust me. And the reason why is because he's been clearly one of the best quarterbacks in the 7-on-7 circuit. And for whatever reason, that shit means something to people. He's also probably going to ball out at Elite 11 tryouts. A few of the coaches said he's clearly the best quarterback prepared at that moment. But what a lot of people don't realize is he's following the same trajectory as Luke Kromenhoff did last year. A lot of places only had him as a 3-star, and then when he blew up and he did a lot of different things over the summer, he climbed. To quote Mike Norvell, but he definitely ain't getting recruited like a 3-star. I can promise you that much. Like he is, like they putting a lot of energy, a lot of love into the things that he's got going on. So that's a good question. Love that. Any questions when it comes to recruiting or the guys, especially the guys I know, I love to be able to answer those firsthand. But Trammell is definitely the guy that's needed. Even though we have a young quarterback that I do believe will be okay, will be really good when it's all said and done. But Trammell is definitely that dude, and he's starting to come out of his shell a little bit. Like I can tell people, I can't tell you guys enough about Trammell Jones Jr., Jamie French, and Drake Stubbs, Hilton Drake Stubbs. Those are 3 really, really good young men that as a coach I care tremendously about. Oh, it was funny. You know the white kid, Braden, that we had on Trey 707. I'm not 7. His team. So Braden has an IG now. And he just followed me, and he made the one-hand catch, the same one-hand catch that Jamie made in the end zone against Bowles. Braden had made that in our season. He was like, he's trying to be like his favorite wide receiver say so. And I'm like, you got a long way to go to be Jamie French, but at least you're being coached by that. There's a thing you have in common that Jamie French has. That would be very very in your face for that. I don't know how popular it would be, but it would be fun. I actually thought about it, doing my own rating system. And because I truly believe there are guys who obviously clearly stand out. But in my mind, you can either play college ball or you can't. That's really where the line needs to be drawn. And Fatal, and my guy Jedi says I should start my own talent rating, rank them whites, coloreds, or up and coming. We won't do. We can come up with something else, but I will use Pilgrim. I will use cold ass Pilgrim for a white boy. Like he'll get a cap rating, of elite. But now that's Jits. Maybe Jits would be the lower rating. But we'll come up with something though. But there are some guys that I just truly don't believe that are rated high that I don't believe can play football. Like, I don't give a damn how many camps you go to. Like, I trust my eyes. I trust what I see on film. It's like I watch some of these highlights and I'm like, these highlights, you don't even know how to pick highlights. Your highlights are just lights. Ain't nothing high about them. So maybe you were high when you made the highlights. I don't know. But there are some things that, can be done better in the recruiting rankings. And one of the things I talked about on Mark Rogers Wednesday, I said I would have a better feeling about the rankings if I knew what attributes like they really had, like arm strength. Like what are the 30, 35, what are 50 things that you just need to see in these camps that these guys have? Some of them they can work on, some of them they can't. Like, do they like like what we did with the draft? They got the RAS rating. Like, is your height, are they in the top upper echelon with height? I got a call with OK at 2:30. Oh, okay. I don't know who's shoot, shiggity. Can I just be on that call, or you want to just make that? Chris, this is how, even no matter what happens, this is probably why I won't be that great. If my mama comes in the group chat, I'm gonna talk to my fucking mama on the group to the group chat. I'm gonna talk to these people, like we're gonna have conversations if you hit me up with something important. But long story short, the ratings are made by a bunch of guys who've never done anything, by a lot of guys who've done very few athletic things in their life. And it bothers me. It makes my balls itch sometimes. And I'm using a great example in Mark Rogers. Like, you guys ever heard of this guy named Derrick Henry? Like Derrick Henry is really fucking good. And for those who don't know, there's true video. Like, I trained Derrick Henry. You're not gonna take that. I didn't make Derrick Henry. Let's make that clear. I did train Derrick Henry. I ain't had shit to do with how great Derrick is, though, but I didn't fuck him up either. Derrick was a 4-star recruit. Derrick Henry is the greatest athlete that I have ever trained or seen in person. Like, he is a fucking mutant. And it's a reason why he's been successful in the NFL. Like, so they had running backs rated higher than him. So, like, I don't know why people Eric, he did. But Florida State, much like everybody else, wanted him to play defensive end. Nobody believed he could play running back. And I remember having the conversation with him because he's 6'4", 230, 240. There was no running backs big like that. And it's child abuse borderline. So the guy who I originally coached with at that I know, Bobby Ramsey, the guy that I originally coached with, Bobby Ramsey, was the head coach at Mandarin. He won a state championship with Mandarin. Toby brought him over, and like Bobby's like, to Bobby's credit, when he finds something, he gonna roll with it. That was fucked up. So Eric, put up Eric's comment right here. I'm gonna tell you what happened. The true big game story for people who don't know. I've always done this shit. Always been a part of these kind of things. Not that one. Eric, yeah. So John Lilly, who last coach, I gotta find out where John's at, but last coach for the Carolina Panthers. John Lilly was who was my tight ends coach at Florida State. And he was the tight ends coach at you know what? Fuck this show. That's a good. Let me call this guy real quick and see if he's available. He was a tight ends coach at Georgia at the time, and he said, JC, what would you do with Derrick Henry? And basically what you said, Eric, I said, if that motherfucker say he wants to play offensive tackle, you show him how to kick slide. You get him in the fucking door and then do whatever the fuck he wants to do. But just trying to see if we can do an impromptu dope talk. Not dope talk. Dope talk is CJ. Dope boys is me. I'm not for the dude CJ show. But anyways, with Derek, you do whatever the fuck Derek wants. But I say all this to say is that people argued with me that he wasn't the best guy in the nation. You know, I would not let Jared Verse return kicks. He's not fast. That's not his ministry. Like, you let the svelte guys return kicks. Like, but if that's what it took to get Jared Verse into Florida State, oh yeah, you can return a kick. I lie my ass off. And then figure it out how to make him happy when you're here. So, all right, what else we got here? So we got that. That's Tramel. Going to the next thing. College games on the radar. Again, list to Joe Klatt. List Twitter is I used to hate it, but it does give you something to talk about. Some of them are better than others. But here are the games that he says will shape college football. Is that LSU versus USC? A game that I believe USC has been trying to get out of, but that's not going to shape college football. LSU is going to beat the fuck out of USC, so we know that. Texas and Michigan, that will be a good one. Michigan has lost their head coach. Part of me wants to see Michigan win, right? But I don't like their coach. But I like black coaches, but I don't like their coach. Part of me wants Texas to win because that's why I want Texas to win. But I don't like that Sark kept Florida State out of the college football playoff by having to win the Big 12. He could have just lost and none of this would have mattered. But he also is married to somebody I grew up with, and I'm cool. I don't know. I'm just going to enjoy a good football game there. A game that I can unequivocally tell you does not matter in the grand scheme of things of college football. I know you guys love it, but like, you guys have got to try it. Like, I know it's June and it's Pride Month, but y'all got to stop trying to shove Buffalo down our throat, man. Stop trying to shove that SCO down our throat, man. It goes SCO Buffs. I have no idea what that means. Maybe somebody in the comments can tell me what a SCO Buff means. But Nebraska and Colorado is not on my radar. I could give two fucks about who wins that game. Both of those teams will be battling for 500 at the end of the season. Georgia, Alabama. I think Georgia wins that because of the consistency. But if Dober wants to show that he's that man, this would be a great game to come in and win. I like Carson Beck. I also don't like the fact that Coach Hartley talks shit to me, their tight ends coach at Georgia. So I would love Alabama to win that game. Clemson, Florida State, still battling for the relevance of who's going to be the top team in the ACC. I do believe that Florida State wins that game. They will punch their ticket into the ACC championship again. Ohio State at Oregon. I like that game. Georgia at Texas. I agree. Missouri, Alabama, fuck no. Ohio State, Penn State, big rivalry, means something. Michigan, Ohio State, it means something. Until Ohio State is able to beat Michigan, we don't know. Ohio State's got a pretty tough schedule, man. That's tough. No wonder they were loading up. But those are some games. What are you guys' thoughts on those games? Share them in the chat. Games that you would like to see. Games that you think will be, you know. Jesus, Londa. That's funny. You see what she put? Let's go housework. Let's go Buffs. My man Cracker Calamari, we're not gonna. Is this a safe space?
Sure.
I don't know how to tell you this. Jamie not coming to Florida State, bro. It was truly the straw that broke the camel's back. The last game, I talked to Mama Miss Maggie. Man, I guess you know what? If you're praying people, then maybe that could happen. But she went from saying he was going to go to Florida, get a visit. We were going to get a visit, and something happened, and we're not going to get that visit. I don't feel safe saying why, because I don't want you guys to take it the wrong way. Jamie's not on the money crunch. It has absolutely nothing to do with money with Jamie. I can promise you, Mandarin kids don't care about that bread like that. They do care about the bread, but they care about being fair. It's not about it's when I tell you it's about respect and doing the little things when it comes to his recruitment. Like that's literally what it all is. The money's going to be the same basically at all the different schools. Ohio State is literally out of it because of a couple very minor fuck ups that they could have just corrected really fast. And ours, in the grand scheme of things, wasn't that big of a deal, but it is a big deal because it's to them. So, and I respect it. Their family is good people. Jamie's mom is about one thing: her baby having a degree, her baby being able to do something with the degree when it's all said and done, and her baby going to the NFL. And those are three things that can happen for Florida State, and happen at Texas, can happen at LSU, can happen anywhere he decides to go. But so when it happens with that, it's the other things that separate you from those things. So yeah, it's a motherfucker, man. I'm not mad at anybody involved. I really wish things could have been handled a little bit differently. FSU Notre Dame, you're right, BT. That is a game that needs to be in there. Just like you need to be a greenie instead of you need to be a colored instead of a white. Get that $3.99. I'll pull for the Buffs if I could get close to Deion. Shadur's mother, Deion's ex-wife. Deion got some baddies, but that's the one he painted as crazy, right? What happened to he's not with Babyface's ex-wife anymore, right? She left, right? If I remember correctly, she left. I don't know where we look like in Drake's recruitment. As long as Drake goes out of state, I'm cool. All right, let's go to the next thing. That's just, but oh, Pilar, yeah, that's Pilar, nice. We got college games that. We skipped one. We skipped one. Go up there. So I get a chance to get talked about going on a lot of shows. I've done the divorce. I did the family court show with my sister about 3 years ago, I believe. These shows, man, are cheap as hell. I promised when I blow up, I will not treat people who I fly in for interviews in this manner, or I'll just come to you. And this is Lou Young, who I like. Lou's good people, played NFL. I just thought he's got some funny ass skits, and he's parlayed this into something pretty lucrative. But I am athlete. This is why I tell you guys, the money isn't what a lot of people think in the podcasting world and some of this stuff. Some people make bread, some people don't. Some people are just cheap. But it's women that would not take this kind of treatment getting flued out. And he's with another guy who I would just love to sit down and talk with. I haven't seen him outside of playing him for 2 years, first 2 years of my college career and training Crowder. But I would love to just sit down. I believe me and Training Crowder would probably have one of the wildest podcasts ever. And just listen to what Lou happened. And this is par for the course for what I know about that crazy motherfucker and I Am Athlete.
I met Channing, I Am Athlete. Mm-hmm. They flew me out. I thought I was going to get flown out on Delta.
What we put you on? That wasn't me.
Nigga put me on Frontier.
How would your phone out, Chance?
Put me on Spirit Cousin.
He said Spirit.
You flow Frontier?
I could have bought my own guy. I had American.
So, like, just for people who don't know, if you don't remember some of the stories, if you're not used to following me, how old is Killer be? 6 years? So 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I went to Vegas, right? And we flew out to Vegas on Frontier. And it was I walk in and I'm like, you know what? Fine. We went as a group and everybody wanted to fly Frontier. We didn't even fly Frontier out of Jacksonville. We had to drive 2 hours to fly Frontier. So we flew out of Orlando Airport, out of MCO. They did not have, now when I fly, I valet my truck at any airport. Because when I get out, I don't want to walk and find my car. Valet is literally like right there where your baggage is, where you check in arrivals. So that I can just get my bags, boom, throw stuff in my truck, boom, get out of there. Don't have to, I've already paid, all of that stuff. So MCO valet didn't even open up until like 7 or something like that. So that was the first problem. My flight was at 6. So we got there at 4, whatever. Like we're there, right? Frontier Airlines seats are like sitting on ironing boards. They didn't have Wi-Fi. I don't really carry cash on me like that. So they didn't have food for you. No free refreshing beverage. No chips, no nuts, no nothing. You got to buy that. And when you got to buy that, you got to like pull your bread out. Like you got to have cash to buy it. And exact cash. And I remember Denny was like, that was when I went and bought I bought the cream Pharrells and I bought the Bathing Ape Dave the Bathing Ape, not Dame Dash, Dame Lillard's. Denny was like, you spent more in shoes than you did on your tickets. And I was like, point. But I thought Frontier, I thought all airplanes had first class. So I was ready to go there and pay to bump myself up into a better seat. But I was wrong. Could not do that. So when I heard Frontier, if somebody ever said they're going to flew me out and they talking about a Frontier or a Spirit Pass, nah, man, I'd rather walk. I got a friend, though, like my boy Brandon, all he does is fly Spirit to the Dominican Republic. But he's so used to it that he's just like, Brandon also rides the bus in the Dominican Republic, like with the Spanish people. Like that's his home.
Life of danger.
He's home now. Like they know he speaks enough Spanish to be dangerous, and he really should do like a Passport Bros YouTube. I'm gonna tell him that. But I'm not getting on no goddamn Spirit. That's where all the fights happen, all this stuff. I don't even fly Southwest. They were doing like the Southwest reality shows, and they would be a little too urban. Sorry, it's not what I'm here for. But anyways, my bad. Go ahead and listen to the rest of Lou talking about this.
American points. I could have got my own goddamn. I would have been all right. I'd have been straight. If you didn't have it, just tell me, nigga. Yeah, we gonna take care of you. I ain't been messing. I'm just saying it was Frontier, nigga. That turbulence.
It's made out of construction paper.
As soon as we landed, I called my dad. I said, I don't know if I want to do this, Dad. Then I sit at the airport. I ain't get no call or nothing. I'm like, I know I ain't just get flew out to be ghosted. I ain't even going for no pussy.
We wanted you to enjoy. There's an airport.
Man, I've been in the airport 20 goddamn times, man. I ain't about to be eating them fucking taco gyros and shit. I want to know where I'm going. Nigga ain't answering no text.
So he flew to Miami. That's where I Am Athlete.
Hey, I'm gonna tell it like it is. That was some bullshit.
Miami Airport is shit.
And I still got a bad taste in my mouth about it. No diddy. Fuck me up. This is a true story. I never told you this, huh?
I ain't know this.
So Brandon Marshall is over I Am Athlete. So like, you're right. No, Till Dog. Don't you disrespect Waffle House like that. Even like Waffle House is a fucking gourmet. That's breakfast hibachi. Waffle House is an American staple. You kind of know what you're getting in Waffle House. I guess you know what you're getting. I will go to Waffle House. I will. If you ever see me on Spirit, then you just gotta. All right, Huddle House. Yeah, Huddle House. We'll go with Huddle House, Mike Hall. Like, let's not disrespect Waffle House here, man. I'll get you Southwest could be Waffle. I said I'll fly Southwest if I have to. But I'm not. Like I am an American Airlines person. But like you try to find, there's been people like, we're gonna get you here. Nah. What are you willing to pay for the flight? Okay, you send me that, and I will get my own accommodations. Because I actually, I got my pass with American. I like flying American. I get first class, very relatively cheap. Just like when they're like, we're gonna stay. Like I'm going to Colorado. They're like, luckily it was a Marriott hotel. I'm like, I don't know about these other. I like Marriott. They treat me well. They treats me good. They gives me sleeps. They gives me points and snacks. Hell, I got upgrade. I already got bumped up with the hotel in Colorado. I got me a little sweet action. They gonna think I'm somebody bigger than what I am. Oh, hey, that boy, that I've told reminds like you ain't experienced until you're in a taxi cab. I thought I was gonna die with the first time I went. And I thought I was going to jail twice. And then secondly, I thought I was like, whatever, man. Miami Airport is one of the worst airports in America. Yeah. It's not fun at all. Fort Lauderdale Airport's a lot better. Unfortunately, Fort Lauderdale is not doesn't do American. So it's wild experience, but I promise to never do anybody like that. But when I did go to the show, I need to stay in a nice hotel. I need to have accommodations that have me relaxed. The only thing that was really cool about the place that I went when I went to Kentucky to do the court show with my sister, the only thing that was cool about it was they did have car service. And I can appreciate a good car service. Like they got the nice little big black SUVs and it's tinted and they drive you around. There's a TV. If it makes you feel important, the guy comes with a sign. And they did do a really good job because they canceled like all of the flights. Because like I was in Lexington. Lexington's airport is extremely small. And they canceled my flight because they had the tornadoes. I didn't know why they canceled it, but I was glad they got me the fuck out of there because I don't know. Like I'm that again, tornado. I don't know what to do in a tornado. Snow, I hate it. I know what to do in snow. Sit your ass down somewhere. Now with TV, you're not as bored. Now if the power goes out, you're fucked. But you got your phone, so you should be fine. Hurricane, depends. Like I told you numerous times. If it's not a Cat 4, don't fuck with me. Just leave me to be. We're good. The tornado ain't nowhere to go. Now they drove me they came with the car service and they drove me from Lexington to Louisville to get on a Delta flight because the American canceled. But I was just like, man, damn. I was actually hoping that my flight got canceled. I missed that flight. Just drive me to Louisville because I had some friends at Louisville there at that time. So we could add, what is a C-130? Is that like a military plane? Is that the plane that the military, like when you go to the different bases? Because I do know if you're active duty, you can hop. There's like the military plane that flies from base to base, the different bases that you can go hop and take. But I've never ever had to experience that before because that sounds fucking awful. But long story short, put the people in a put the people in a nice hotel. Like the hotel we stayed in was like a stay bridge or some shit like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. But it might have been, but then again, some of these places that might be the best hotel they can get. Is for airborne jumping out of plane. Oh, I'm never fucking jumping out of I don't understand that. Like there is nothing in my life. My life is exciting enough being a large black guy. I ain't got to jump out of planes. That's why I'm not military. Like I am nope, no sir. Not at all. Not this guy. Too much can go wrong. Too much can go wrong.
Worrying, what if you get a heart attack in the air? Like you land perfectly safe, but you died of fear. That's why I'm just like,
yeah, the shock.
yeah, I don't know what it's like to be that much.
I don't want to fear for like my life on purpose. But I'm also a guy who's wrestled with a baby tiger and done other shit. But I was young then. I didn't know no better. I know better now. I didn't expect to see 21. I'm about to be 40. I ain't trying to like I'm already like what's the Final Destination? I'm already like flirting with like, I don't know what can happen. Like I'm just sitting here, I'm gonna mind my business, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do, and that's it. All right, let's go to the next one. But Louis Young is wild, man. Y'all check him out. They flew in guys out. We talked about NIL in high schools, but it's not it's July 24th is when the Board of Education is supposed to vote on it. So it will pass, but it's not here. My friends, my NFL friends and my college friends that coach thought it was hilarious, especially the end Miles. You did a very good job of chopping up that Jamie French part where we talked about when I said what I'm going to do with my with my money if they raise the coaching stipend. Because to be honest with you, even if they increase it, it's not really that much more money. I mean, it's that sounds not right. Like, because it's supposed to be like 20K. That's a hell of a part-time job. But that ain't like I could just live on 20K. Yeah, it still can't be my only job. So like what I'll do is I'm just gonna make this. I was not when I wrestled the Tiger Polo, I wasn't bigger than Mike Tyson was like 220 in his prime, I believe. I was about the same size. And Mike wasn't that's technically a fully grown tiger, but it wasn't. That's a 2-year-old tiger. The problem is once they get to 2, 3 years old, they look like they look like what it is. But it's still a fucking terrifying experience. It doesn't matter how fucking big you are. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a fucking tiger. And I knew that motherfucker could whoop my ass if it wanted to. But FHSAA is flirting with this idea, and they talked about doing it, and they're still going to do. But I like the way the 3-2-1 recruits has said it. This is what they should do, even though I'll tell you how it can work if it does. So right now they're going to do. It's not going to be this. It's going to be the 26 and 27 season. So what they'll do is they'll take Max Preps, which is a national ranking service, and Max Preps is where you should go to get a lot of your stuff for high school recruiting. You can learn about a lot of stuff, different things. They have their top 25, whatever. They're going to take the top 8 teams in the state of Florida as ranked by Max Preps, and they're going to have an open division. So that will be so classes 1A to whatever, that will be the end all be all for who the real state championship is. They'll still have their others, so they'll pluck you out of the proposal is, so like, for example, last year, us at Mandarin, I think we were just outside. I think we were ranked like 10th or 12th, something like that, in Max Preps last year, statewide ranking, before we went into the state championship. Or excuse me, toward the end of it. It's something random, but bottom line is they would take 8, so it'd be like your Chaminade, your St. Thomas Aquinas is. I'll go ahead and throw Mandarin in there if it were going to be this past season. They'll throw actually, I'm over here saying this shit. I could just go look at fucking Max Preps and tell you. But I don't like the idea of snatching people out of the their respective classes. Also, there will be some classifications that could have a couple people in it, like that are pretty good. And I don't think that that's right. And why I believe that, I think you should do, it should be, if there's 8 state championship classifications, you win the state championship, you're in it. And then you take so we've gone through our 5 games, and then we go through a double elimination, one for the month of December. Now, here's what you can do. You can make a lot of now making this and winning a state championship actually brings your school money. So like, because I'm sure everybody will watch this shit. Like, just put it in there and just say, hey, for you making the tournament, you get $20,000 or something, because somebody will stream it. And then from there, you take the money in each round and you host it. Like, so we still host it. So like, let's say because it's not going to be competitive, but how it will work is the rural team will end up playing the top team in the state in the first round, the first round of it. And they'll probably, and that's a Miami team, they're going to probably get the shit beat out of them. Just saying. Then once it gets to about 3A, 4A, those are the private schools that are really good, that can compete with anybody on any given day. But you have a home, people host this, and then what happens is you play the state championship game, the open state championship game somewhere in the center of the state. And I believe if you do that, you'll start to see, like, it'll be really, really cool. Now you'll play more games, but like, you know, as long as the season's wrapped up before January, you're good to go. And it only affects a couple schools. It's not a lot of schools that are affected by this. And shit, I happen to like it. I just want to be able to play in the state championship, like in our state championship. Like, I don't think it's fair. Like, for example, let's say this year in Mandarin we go undefeated, right? And it was based on this. So all right, here's what last year would have been. Damn, they dropped us way down when we lost to Columbus. So last year's, well, IMG wouldn't be able to count. So it'd be Chaminade Madonna, St. Thomas Aquinas, Cocoa, Miami Norland, Daytona Mainland, Lakeland, Miami Columbus, who beat us, and Gainesville Buchholz. That would have been so good, like, of a championship. Now, not all of these teams won state. Oh, we were 15th when it was all said and done. We dropped 8 spots when we lost. So that would have put us, we would have been in it based upon this. Now, Cocoa won a state championship. Chaminade, St. Thomas, Cocoa, Norland, Mainland. I don't know if Lakeland won and won. Miami Columbus beat us. Gainesville Buchholz didn't win the state championship, so that would be fucked up to have them in it. I think American Heritage won it, so they should be in. So like, if you win, like, again, I don't want to get pulled out. Like, I want to win a fucking state championship. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. That's fucking good teams last year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me have the faith. Let me win 4M, right? Let me win my state championship, and then let me compete for the real one. It's at the same time. So instead of you going through your state championship run, you will go with, even if you feel like 8 games, but it's 8 games, so 4, 2, 1. So that's 3 extra games. Fuck the double elimination shit. Just go ahead and line them up. Randomly draw based upon your ranking, whatever, and then pull it out of that.
And how do you get precise rankings if you didn't let the state champions play?
Well, no, it's just what based on schedule, conference. Like, the reason why some of these teams are ranked higher than state championship teams in the max prep states, because they're in their division is brutal. Like, you know, like for example, 4M, we played like, all right, so this is who Mandarin had to play on the way to the state championship game. We had to play Lake Mary, who went 10-2. They beat us one in the regular season, but Lake Mary and their quarterback's committed to Notre Dame now. We had to play Samford, who was ranked top 20. Like, this is in the state. This is just 4M, just who we had to go through. We had to play Sanford Seminole, who was ranked 20th. We played. Damn, the team that we ended up beating is not there anymore. Where's this other school? In the regular season, we played Bartram Trail, who's the 27th ranked team. It's a lot of the teams that we play. Like if you're playing multiple ranked teams, you already have a hard road to go there. But I still believe that you got to beat who you got to beat. But like, I think they should. I agree with what 321 is saying. You should let them play their season, and then that's the honor is to play more. And the honor you give $20,000 to these football programs is a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
$20,000 in travel, and you can find somebody to host that. And I think that would be a really, really cool thing for them to be able to bring to college football open. Shifting a little bit to the NFL, not talking about Jaguars at 11 a.m. We'll have Travis Holmes, and he'll be doing his Duval dive. Make sure you guys, stay on the channel. Go listen to that. I know I've read some of the comments that you guys make. Guys, you're supporting me by supporting that. Somebody was like, "Oh shit, it's not a big game." I thought I almost made a mistake. Like, no. Click it, give it a like, share it if you like Jaguar stuff. The only thing I got to get Travis to do is talk in his original voice.
Oh, he puts on a broadcaster voice.
Oh yeah, he's just like, yes, this is Travis Holmes with the Duval dive. I'm like, Travis, bitch, you played football, man. I know what the fuck you sound like.
With the glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he is very professional.
Come on, Travis, this ain't Big Cat country, man. I know you're right. You talk like that with Big Cat. You come over with Big Game, we talk like this. I need you to talk for real. So, anyways, though, can somebody explain to me what the fuck is going on in Kansas City? Did they sell their, like, it's like they are in the news for the wildest shit. Their first round pick is getting robbed. Like, they got guys getting thrown in jail for random shit. And now they had to cancel all team activities because they had a guy who's literally like, he's in stable condition, but he's unresponsive still in the hospital. BJ Thompson, just basically just shut down except for cardiac arrest, which is that's what they say for young people. Like, basically had a heart attack in the middle, like his body just shut down. My bad, Luke. You're right. I forgot they did have somebody shoot up the fucking parade. This has been a hell of a year for Kansas City, man. Like, yeah. Like, they got all kinds of shit going on here, man. Like, but I will say one of the scariest moments as an athlete is when you see a person go down and you don't know why. And, and there's probably some people in there talking about, goddamn, did he have the vaccine?
Oh my God.
Like, I seen Twin die. Well, I didn't see, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. I know teammates who seen Twin die at Florida State doing mat drills, and there wasn't no fucking vaccines then. It shit happens. Like, you get man, what is it called? I think you had it, Miles. When you work too hard and your protein your muscles break down and get into your bloodstream. Yeah. It's a fucked up thing. Like, there are things that happen, man. Like, you don't know. It's like it's 1,000 degrees. I don't know what it's like in the Midwest, but here it's hot as fuck. It was, guys, it was 92 fucking degrees at 8 a.m. yesterday. Like, it totally got the nerve to say it's not that hot. Bitch, I'm the motherfucker out here running these kids and I'm hot.
There ain't no way, as big as Toby is, he don't be sweating. He can't be.
Man, Toby makes me so fucking mad sometimes. And I'm not, now my guy got some other issues, but my man can eat. Like, this is what bothers me is motherfuckers that can eat whatever the fuck they want to, because I used to be able to eat what I wanted to eat. Like, bro, do you know what? I remember my order after workouts at Florida State, my freshman, going into my sophomore year, I ordered 10 fucking junior bacon cheeseburgers. I had $20 to my name until like that Wednesday when the scholarship check deposited. I ordered 10 fucking junior bacon cheeseburgers and a water.
Who was punishing you that you had to eat 10?
Oh, I was starving. I ain't had no money. Like, the calf wasn't open during this off season. and like all of this shit. And like I went in and I ate. I was hungry and I knew I liked that. The junior bacon cheeseburgers weren't as small as they are now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That sounds like pain.
It was delicious. Then I could get the lettuce and tomato on it, and they put the right amount of. They took like the little the cake the thing you put the cake batter on, like that little thing. That's how I believe that's how Wendy's used to take the mayo. They just get a little scoop, spread on the bun, plop it down. And I fucked them junior bacon cheeseburgers up. Luckily, my friend Ashley heard that and saw my struggle. And she was just like, "You're not gonna make it." I said, "Ashley, I got $20. I just spent $10 in 90 cents on some fucking junior bacon cheeseburgers, man. I'm fucking hungry, man. It's real out here."
Nutritionists have saved so many top athletes' lives.
Oh yeah, it's way different now. It's way different. Them motherfuckers can go. They got a peanut butter and jelly bar at Florida State now.
Just adding 10 years to all athletes.
So like I go and Ashley's from New Orleans, and she goes and makes me like some jambalaya and shit, like some real, because the volleyball girls, like they're used to cooking. Like this is not a sexist thing. Volleyball is a full scholarship sport, and they didn't get a chance to eat at the calf. So like they gave them more money, so they would go grocery shopping and they would go buy shit. And like me, man, we didn't do that shit. I was out that bitch starving, doing full workouts. And then we wondering why people was dropping during them times. With like now we tell kids, "Hey man, go get you some water, man. Like don't pass out on you. If you're thirsty." My thing, what I will always tell them, I'll have my cup of water with me at that point. I'm thirsty. I ain't working now. I know when I'm high, I'm gonna drink when I feel like it. If I'm y'all, I will carry my water, keep that thing on you, keep it close to you so you can go get a little sip. But like if you relying on us in the water cow, you're gonna be up the river. But like then if you look like you wanted to get a sip of water, you called me, you did what? You broke the line. They get back on the line. 20 up downs for everybody. And they looking at you like, "Bitch, why you getting water? You fucking us all up." Like, nah, man, fuck y'all. I'm not finna die out here. But it's hot as fuck. And I'm sorry, there's no other way to get around it. The kids aren't soft. We're soft. You know why I say we're soft? Because our fat asses and old asses ain't out there doing that shit with them either.
Right.
It's hot as fuck out there. You think it's soft? You think this generation of kids are softer? Come out here, run these fucking 110s with us on Monday and see how soft that shit is. I bet your ass, you'll think this is some ED medication, how hard it is. Like that's what you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel like, damn, this workout is sponsored by Alpha Male. That's how hard this shit is. But prayers for my favorite fat coach that has the Waffle House menu as his play calling sheet. I don't know what the fuck is going on in KC, but they need to get that shit together. Going to the next thing. Yeah, shout out to Mike Norvell. I love him. I love to see my guys getting money. So now when I ask him for money for the book bag drive, I know he just got another $150,000. So I'm gonna be like, shout out to Mike, slide me that $5K for my book bags this year. But he got $150K for raising that APR.
Wow.
So APR is basically means the kids are smart. Florida State's football coach will get a $150,000 bonus based on team's newly published NCAA academic progress rate, single score. He gets this amount if the score is 990 or above out of 1,000. He is 997. Like he is 3 points away from perfect.
Wow.
That scares me because I don't know if we're good enough. I don't want a bunch of smart motherfuckers on my team. We need some dummies. That's the only way to help.
Do the teachers get any kickback, or they're just not responsible for any of it?
They don't care about these professors. They know where their bread is buttered. Gives a fuck about
actually teaching
the fuck about these professors.
Nope.
It's not. You think the professor got them that? But shout out to Mike. Then another thing, Mike is like a when Mike is done, Mike is going to be a motivational speaker. Mike just go out here and Mike be out this motherfucker preaching like a Southern Baptist, like a white Southern Baptist preacher. Like just minus a little bit of racism. There you go. Rhabdo. Thank you, Tro.
I can't say that word.
Rhabdomyolysis.
Oh, there you go.
But rhabdo is just short. But click on the next thing so we can read some of these bars that Mike Norvell has put out there. Like Mike be out this thing spitting game. and he says it with the tremble in his voice sometimes, so it helps. Motivational speaker, this guy, Coach AJ Mental Fit. Mike Norvell said, hard work does not guarantee success. It doesn't, and it never will. But it absolutely will put you in the best position to achieve it. And then the guy went and started preaching off of Mike Norvell's things. And these are some good things. And he's right. I always hear people, he deserves it because he works so hard. What the fuck does that mean?
Trust me,
it's not how it works. You need a little luck. You got to be consistent. And as Jay-Z, one of my favorite Jay-Z quotes is, the genius thing we did was we didn't give up. And you got to be able to have the long run. You got to be able to have the stuff for the long haul. It is very, especially being an entrepreneur, it is very difficult. There are days when I have no fucking idea how I'm going to pay bills or how I'm going to do some stuff. It's something, all it takes is somebody deciding that they don't want to do something. And then you have to respond. But, I always tell people, like, it always works out. That's why, I stress about, I know I'm going to be on edge about this book bag drive, but you know what it's done for the last 4 years? It's fucking worked out. Part of it is even if it didn't, you're going to get whatever I got in stock. It's one of my favorite rappers. That dude, BFB, the Pac-Man, whatever. I don't even know his name. That man said, she's like, you're going to get whatever dick I got in stock. He said that shit. I was just like, he's so fucking funny. He's like he's one of those rappers that just say whatever is on his mind. And it's just like, I'm like, yo, you're never going to be great. Like, you're never going to be, but you're going to always be one of my favorites. But he put what hard workers do, they show up committed every day. They don't just participate, show up and commit. They have a positive attitude and dedicate yourself to being to what you're doing. They go above and beyond. They take initiative. They prioritize what is important, and they reflect and look for improvements. I think a lot of times people just get a little bit too complacent. Yeah. So, yeah. But that's Mike Norvell motivation. We should do that. Damn, it's a whole bunch of shows we could just do. Mike Norvell motivation. Just take little snippets of what Mike says and be like, again, one of the ringtones I have is, what is your standard?
I was looking for that for a while.
I have it on my phone. Like, it's like, Mike just came there. Like, Mike, I guess this was the 5 and 6 year. And Mike was looking at it like, what is your standard? He looked at the press. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like,
who raised you?
Mike was fed up. Mike was like, the fuck is wrong with y'all? Mike wanted to say, I see why the last motherfucker was fired. So we had coaches used to tell us that Coach Andrew said that shit after we fired our O-line coach to the offensive line. He was slaughtering their asses, man. They was doing mat drills. And he was just like, oh, you sorry motherfuckers. If I was your coach, I'd resign too. I said, God. I was over there. I was doing the mat, and I was doing we were doing the roll, and I heard him, and I was in mid roll, like, ooh. And I got up. Some of the shit. Damn. It's like, damn, that was heartless, man. Okay, some of these guys like Coach Jimmy. If I was your coach, I resign too. Sunflower seeds spitting out his mouth and shit. But I had to click on the pic. I know a lot of it's hard to see with this right here, Tyrone. My bad. Hey, Londa, that's how I talk to my players. I tell, especially when we went to Tallahassee, I said, hey man, we played the state championship, we lost. I said, man, you ain't finna embarrass me in front of my family, dog. I got motherfuckers out here wearing orange and green and shit. They don't know who the fuck y'all are. My seg didn't embarrass. We did good. We're just the D-line, just motherfuckers just decided that they didn't want to stop. They didn't want to tackle somebody. But that's how I know Mike is really white Mike. Because the way he talks. And he said something like, shit, I don't want to say it this way because I don't want to disrespect his mom on accident. So when Mike first got hired, this is what I don't understand about rivals, and they don't know how to troll right. Because Mike said something that I'm shocked we ain't seen trolled again. Like, I don't know if that video still exists, but Mike was at a coach's clinic talking about growing up. and how he had like 8 stepdaddies over the course or something like that. And I'm like, yo, Mike, your mom was outside, bro.
Hey now.
8
Man.
stepdads, like motherfuckers, like living with you. So Mike's life was wild. Mike
Maybe
lived.
he just meant mentors.
Nah, he didn't mean mentor. He talked about other. He talked
Oh,
about
really?
mentors in that, but he's like he just had a lot of different men in his life. But like Mike lived the life that they always want to paint black athletes living. Like that we ain't got like our like you know they used to call it uncles, man. That's the wild shit. Like you got, hey, this is Uncle James. Like, don't call me no Uncle James.
Yeah.
This is why these kids have stepdaddy and stepfather fetishes now. And be like, mama gotta have a life. Nah, bro. Like, you know, I don't want you seeing like time sensitive night had to be. I know for a fact, maybe not even just one, probably a couple of them was black.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's crazy. Like we talked about with Berg, like Berg went from being black to Berg went to being white. Like very white with they wet that comb right before they brush it over. They gotta slick it back. I was like, Berg, you extra white right now. That's funny. That was supposed to be that Londa wild, bro. Mama was shit. Hey man, y'all stay off my dog's mama. Like the other people couldn't, but just stay. That means she got some good pee.
Yeah.
But anyways, Mike, I don't know where that came from for us doing that, but bottom line is, like Mike got some seasoning in his life. So I know, but I said that because Londa put y'all not going to embarrass me in front of like that's my mama made that quote famous. Every time we went and said, listen, but she parked the car. Hey, listen, before we go in here, y'all ain't finna embarrass me in front of these people now. Y'all gonna act like you gonna act like you got some damn manners, like you learned something in life. And if your mom ain't never told you that, then that means you not as active. You weren't as active coming up as you think you were. Like, my mom made sure when we went to places, y'all ain't finna be talking loud. Don't be asking for shit. Don't be saying you hungry. Like, don't. It's a lot of stuff. Like, we're going to not a buffet, but what do you call that? Like a banquet. Don't be acting like y'all hungry. We're coming here to eat. The fuck you mean, Carmen? What am I supposed to come here? Like, you know, don't be acting like y'all starving, like I don't feed y'all and shit. Don't be coming in this house smelling like outside. Go take you a shower. That's what, you know, that lets me know that Mike, I'm cool. I know Mike bathed. Mike bathed because Mike got my mama talked some sense in him to him. She didn't tell him just go get in the pool and wrench off. No, you get your ass in that motherfucking shower and shower.
Wrench off is crazy.
Yeah, they just one dude said you just put a water hose on. Bitch, if you can put the water hose on a kid, you can place him in the fucking shower, man.
Right. Add soap.
That's it. Act like you've been somewhere before, Londa. Exactly. That's why one of my favorite songs by one Juvenile is it was in I'm on Fire is when he said it, but then he ended up making a song about it. But he's like acting like a houseword who has never had shit. And that's how I be every time I do something crazy. I'd be like, acting like they never had shit. Especially when I see like the people that look at me and they be like, look at them, just look at him. Doesn't belong here. I'm like, oh, you don't think that acting like nigga that ain't and then with all then what makes them real mad is when the person who's the important person of why I'm there walks by them and comes to talk to me. That's when I'm like, yeah. Shout out for the hood dude. Shout out to Rock Brook. But all right, go to the next thing though. Like I'm telling you, I'm not a billionaire for a reason because I would be active. Let's go through the schedules real quick. On 3 needed some content, so they decided to say, "What do you think Florida State's record would be based upon this?" I'm still going with the floor being 10. That's crazy. Not knowing if you watching your like. Some of y'all still doing that. Washing you wash your balls, you wash your balls and your ass, and then go right to the face. That's disgusting. You need to have 2 rags, man. 2 rags, but I'm going with 10 here. 10 floor, ceiling, obviously 12-0. There's not a team on that schedule that I don't believe we have more talent than. Outside of maybe Clemson, I'll give Miami a little bit more of an edge because it's a rivalry game, so that bumps that up as well. And I just don't believe Notre Dame's better than us in anything. But there's some games that are going to be a little bit tough. SMU, I believe, will be interesting because I don't know anything about SMU. Duke's going to be a little interesting with little Manny. But they're playing them on a Friday night. Definitely helps. Go ahead and make quick work of them. Try to make them like a bye week before we play Miami. I think we have a bye week in between Duke and Miami, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Notre Dame, I can't wait. I'll be staying in Chicago for the Notre Dame game, but I'll be up there on that Friday because we play Thursday, I believe, the high school I coach at. But should be a good season. Memphis is returning a lot as well. That's going to be one of those G5 games that's like we got to make sure we pay attention to. Luckily, we played them at 3:30 in the afternoon. No, is it 3? Yeah, is it 3:30 or is it noon? No, it's a noon kick we have from Memphis. So it's going to be hot as fucking balls. So outside of that, we'll go to the next thing. They do have us at 9.5 wins. We have what the records for everybody in the ACC. Again, more the win totals that they have for everybody. What are your thoughts on that? Shout out to Primetime Mac, who's been a member before, but he just renewed. BC's at 4.5, GT's at 5.5, Pitt's 5.5, Virginia's 4.5. How low and how disrespectful is it for them to say that's too high for their win totals? Like, their win totals are like, they don't even believe these guys are going to be bowl eligible. That's crazy going into the season. Now, Boston College returns that quarterback that basically kept them in the game, which is a little terrifying, but we'll figure that out, hopefully. They say just right. Again, disrespectful. Stanford is at 3.5. Wake Forest is at 4.5, but their fans are out here talking shit. They don't even think you guys are going to win 5 fucking games. Miami's at 9.5. I think, I could see that happen with Miami and Clemson. But here's where they got Florida State. They have us at too low at 9.5 wins. I'm liking that. I think in order to win the ACC or play in the ACC championship, you got to it's 10 wins. So, well, they base it on conference wins, but whoever wins, the 2 teams that will be in there will have won 10 games. So I think that'd be cool for them. I'm going on to the next thing. College football playoff schedule. We talked about the amount of money that people are going to get. But the first round of games, they have everything set up. What's the first one? Yeah, there you go. Friday, December 20th. Then they have 1 game on Friday. Then they have 3 games on Saturday, December 21st. 1 game, 2 games are going to be on ESPN, ABC. 2 games are going to be on TNT. I don't even know what channel TNT is. Like, I don't even stream. So that's going to be interesting to figure out for all of us who steal cable right now through streaming services. We got to figure that shit out. But that's the first round. A lot of teams host. The second go round will be cool because they'll all be at different venues. I think what's weird about it is the number 1 team has always picked where they wanted to play. So, like, I don't know how they're going to do it now, but I guess they try to make it as regional as possible. So I'm looking forward to being in the A on Wednesday, January 1st. Or it would suck to be in the Sugar Bowl, like, because the Sugar Bowl is going to host the Super Bowl this year. So I could potentially be in New Orleans twice. I know if it's in Phoenix, I may go check it out because I have people in Phoenix. I don't think I'm going to go to LA for the Rose Bowl game. But the Gator Bowl is on January 2nd this year. So wherever it's at, I'll be flying out the next day, that morning to come to the shit, I just thought about it. I have to do the the pregame press conference with the Gator Bowl with the two coaches. But the college football semifinal, the playoff semifinals will be on at the Orange Bowl. I think regardless of who plays, I'll go to that if my boy is still where he's at. And then, damn, MLK Day, the national championship. This is what he died for. To see little black boys and little white boys come together in harmony to win what the most important thing in the world is, and that is the college football national championship. I have a dream that the plantation owners from the South will rise again to be able to purchase the strongest black bucks to be able to come out there and do what they need to do and what is necessary to bring the pride back to the South, because the South shall rise again. I have a dream. Oh, shit. And it's in Atlanta. Oh, shit. It's in Atlanta on MLK. The city going to be lit. Oh, man. That coach that was from Georgia last year is going to be pissed.
Oh, my gosh. What was his friend's name that would put him
He was like, yeah, my man, good. We got that. We got a lot of trees that we could just put him right there. He could call in the hotel. Hey, give me 20 lemon pepper wings and the finest white bitch and a red bitch. That dude was crazy, man. That man said that he let the racism flow out of his system. That's the wildest part when it comes to like true racists, not like ones that use. You know what they said, Coach JB, the guy we used on Wednesday, when he was going on those rant about Deion people, they said in that same space he was just throwing that N-word out there.
Oh, really?
They said he was just let it fly.
What? How come that didn't make the reel?
I don't know, man. I would have loved to see that part. Like, because I mean, he just let the N-word flow off his mouth.
The way he was saying homie.
Yeah, because you know he says it.
Homie.
Yeah.
Big riding.
Fatal Jedi, you got it. You are all in member. You get as many Gator Bowl tickets as you need, brother. Oh, Bronner fight tonight? Wait a minute, tonight's Friday. I ain't know Adrian's fighting today. I'm gonna watch it because it's gonna be exciting no matter what. But yeah, Angelo, he said that they said it's the way he talks kind of like covered it, and it said something else in the captions. But like people, they were talking about it last night, and I was just like,
hilarious.
I was like,
he was
damn,
going hard.
Yeah,
like he's from
like the Compton area.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, he's a big dude, and he talks aggressive, and you know, it was Cobb. Was that the dude? The friend that lynched people? Oh, that's who he's fighting. That's who he's fighting. I thought that's who Bronner's fighting. Okay. All right, let's go to the next thing. Finish this up strong. All right, my fellas, I got, listen, man, let's just not do this. If the chick doesn't, one, stop shooting clubs up. That's one thing. Two, I want people to realize that revenge porn is real.
Ooh.
And you can go to jail for that. And no chick is worth going to the booty house because she wouldn't kill the kid that you wanted. So Xavier Howard, who's been in the news for a lot of things, allegedly he was sued because he gave a girl the good old Usher, the gift that keeps on giving, the herp.
Usher gave somebody herpes.
Yeah, you never heard about Usher and the herp? Michael Vick, apparently.
Usher gave Michael Vick.
No. Usher didn't give Michael Vick herpes, but I'm saying Michael Vick allegedly gave somebody herpes, and his alias was Ron Mexico was his alias. Usher has given somebody Usher allegedly has the herp, and which was wild, which is what made it wild, right? Like with all these ladies, like I gotta go to an Usher like women didn't understand why people were mad about why would you be mad? You know she's not gonna get Usher. She's coming back. Usher got herpes, and you over there letting this man grind on you, and we don't know how the herpes, and she ain't got no clothes on, and he just brushed the penis on, and now all of a sudden she got the herp, and you got the herp because you messing with her. And nobody wants the herp if they don't have to have the herp.
Or AKA cold sore.
Cold, man, listen, man, you over here, you went to an Usher concert, now you got a cold sore on your lip, and you want to be like, well, why won't you kiss me, bitch? You didn't have a cold sore before you went to go see Usher
That's how
live.
he marks his women.
That's how he marks them. I ain't got time for this shit.
Mine.
You're not finna give me the herp.
Yeah, I didn't know he had it.
Yeah, man, that's what they said. He got the herp. But it's apparently Xavier Howard, former corner. I think is he a former cornerback for the Dolphins? I know he played cornerback for the Dolphins. My boy Dibby used to defend him like that was his son.
I
Like
remember.
he used to get cooked. He was getting the business given to him. But he got sued for giving the chick the herp. But now he's in even more. Court records seeking revenge. Dolphins cornerback Xavier Howard. And this is a wild caption, by the way. And it doesn't really explain it very well. So we're going to have to go. And my man said, Polo Kid said, got that braille. Holy shit. Oh, God. Court records seeking. I'm going to sound like, oh, my God. Court records seeking revenge. Court records seeking revenge. The Dolphins cornerback, Xavier Howard, texted boy sexual photos of his mother. That is fucking insane.
I don't even, because it can't be what I think it is.
Okay. Former Dolphins cornerback Xavier Howard sent the boy sexually explicit content of his mother because she refused to get an abortion, a new court filing alleges. The document filed Thursday by attorneys Cam Justice and Adriana Alcaide in Broward Circuit Court requested that the then minor be permitted to sue Howard in an ongoing case related to the NFL free agents allegedly sharing sex videos without consent. Judge Keithan Frank has to rule on whether he will be added to the lawsuit. The kid said, you fucked me up. And by making me see. But you know what? I'm telling you, women, y'all gonna start getting sued by your kids for being in OnlyFans.
Oh, I would.
Because I mean, just think this kid said, man, he just seen his mom bent over doing ass to mouth, and now he's fucked up. He didn't want to see that shit. He got a kiss. That's the mouth that she kisses him goodnight with.
So the player sent it to the child?
To the child that she had because she wouldn't have an abortion for his child.
Is there like, how old is this kid?
I don't know. They're saying the one right now. It says the kid was a minor. First and foremost, ladies, if you've already crossed the finish line, why are we trying to redo this shit again? Like Zay on the way out of the NFL, so the money ain't gonna be that long for much longer, baby.
Get what you can get. But if I send an underage person pornographic material, isn't that highly against the law? Like, is he?
I don't know I don't know.
I'm saying
It should
might
be.
have an agent ready to tackle his ass in a second.
It should be. But I do know this, fellas, no matter how bad she makes you, if she sent you that gift, if she blessed you in your DMs, that's y'all stuff, man. You fucking it up for the real dudes that want to see some titties, man. That want to see the Lola Bunny challenge. They don't want everybody else seeing that, man.
It's just sick. What do you do that to a child? Like, you revenge on a child for his mom? That's awful.
Now, that's true. Angela Smith. It's a chick that it was crazy. I knew she was crazy. She shot her shot all the way on Twitter at me about 5 years ago. And I was just like, no. Even if I was interested, this bitch was twerking in front of her son, laughing and laughing. Now, her son is part of that community. Well, he hasn't officially, but you could tell. But this is why they be doing that shit. Oh, funny thing though, boy, one of these kids is a little zesty. So we play Sexy Red at workouts when they start doing some fucked up shit, right? So they was dying yesterday or unaliving with the workout. It was hot. I'm not gonna lie to you. We have this thing with don't lean on the fence, don't put your hands on your knees, keep your posture, breathe, do what you need to do, take a break when we tell you to take a break. It kept bending over. So the dude Cam goes and gets the boombox and he plays the Drake Sexy Red song. And like, I promise you, one of the kids did it on beat and on cue. bend that ass over, let that thing breathe.
Oh no.
Shake that ass for Drake, and shake that ass for me.
No.
Let that coochie breathe. And that's what he was just like. He was like, if y'all gonna act like Sexy Red, we gonna play the Sexy Red for you. I was like, that's awful. I was like, you're an asshole, bro. But the shit is like, it's like hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Hey, the boys got up so quick. It was just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this anymore. The coaches are picking on us. I was like, hey man, if you're gonna act like a thought, we're gonna play thought music for you. Nah, that shit's funny. That's the best. Fuck Zaven and his weird shit. Guys, don't do this. The best thing about being a coach, I'm gonna be honest with you, is that I get to exact the revenge. I only do this because people did this to me. I like yelling and saying wild shit to these kids because it was done to me. It made me a better man, I think. But you know, a lot of quotes that I say when I told the kid, you fumble the ball, go ahead, put all your equipment on, buckle up that chin strap tight, run to the top of the stadium and jump. Nobody's worth 2 fumbles. Like, just end it. I just go. Those are the things that my coach said to me. I turned out okay.
I mean, there's nothing worse than what that kid did. Like, I've never heard of someone. What did that kid do to you?
That's the problem. See, this is where hurt people hurt. This is where the fatherless generation comes in. It's like the woman that gets cheated on. And you got cheated on, and I'm with you. You took your L. But take your L in silence. We don't need to know you got cheated on.
Facts.
But what she has to do is, I'm mad. So now, and I'm miserable. So now I must go make somebody else miserable who had nothing to do with why I'm mad.
Yeah.
I am going to go tell her that you're doing this. Like, well, what if it doesn't work? Like, what if the person doesn't leave? Now you look like, well, now you want to say, well, she's stupid if she's with him. No, bitch, you were getting cheated on too. She just didn't give a fuck. She wasn't looking for nothing, and you just decided to expose her to something that she didn't care about. How about that? But the bigger question in all of this is like, this kid was just minding his own business.
Right. And now I'm a supervillain.
And now you got to show me my mom doing the shit that Sexy Red and all these other women be rapping about. And I didn't want my mom to look like that.
I mean, it's just men using women for power again. Like when you, for better lack of better terms, fuck a nigga bitch. It's a power move, especially in the rap game.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's coming as men. You're protective of the women in your life. Your mother.
Yeah.
And this is a child, man.
Like, what is that
Stomp
going to
this
do?
man
Like,
out,
if
bro.
your mom wouldn't abort the baby, so here's her.
Yeah.
Here's us in the act of her making a baby. Like, what is he gonna go do? Mom, I just saw this. Could you please have the abortion, please? So I don't get no, man.
You're pulling a power move on a child.
That's crazy, dog. Why pull it on a child? That kid didn't deserve this. That kid doesn't want to see this shit. And the crazy part is like, you know, but it depends on how old the kid is. Cause like, I just like at a certain point, I realized what happened. My mom could have been a hoe for all I know, but she did a very good job of making sure that I didn't see a lot of the stuff that she did as a grown up. And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But if somebody comes up and shows me something like, you know, hey, man, this is your mama right here. Hey, I'm here. Fuck you thought, man. My mama name ain't Mary, it's Carmen. Shit. James Senior's a sick individual. They probably did some wild shit. I don't want to know. I'm not going around fucking asking questions, but you know, maybe she did. I don't know.
Yeah, he's right. He's a sick
Eric
dude.
says I'm not. No, I am going to tell my sons the truth unequivocally when they get of age. Like, I'm not going to tell them now. That's stupid. But like, you know, when they get older and be like, hey, man. I talk to the kids in the weights. I be like, when they're doing cleans, I be like, yeah, coach, man, I got this girl. I said, that girl is miserable. Like, coach, why you say that? I said, because I see how you clean. You ain't got no hip action. You're not following through. You don't know how to go below parallel on the squat. Like, you're fucking weak. You're short stroking the reps. So I can only imagine you're short stroking everything in your fucking life. That's how you gotta talk to some of these kids sometimes. They're not like, again, y'all worried about the problem with the world is y'all worried about the school system educating them on shit, and we don't educate people on shit. A lot of our problems could be true because a lot of y'all make assumptions about grandmama and big daddy. And y'all just think Big Daddy was out here having families without asking the question of why is your youngest uncle light skinned and everybody else in your family dark skinned? Why does Uncle Clay got light eyes and everybody else? Why does Uncle Clay look like an albino and everybody else in our family look dark as 10:30 at night? Like those are the questions. Like, so those are the things that y'all are choosing to bypass and not look at because we all want to think the highest of the women in our lives. But guess what? Somebody was a hoe, and that's how you got here. But that doesn't excuse. That doesn't excuse what Zayden's doing.
How old is he?
He's a grown ass man. He's like got to be close to 30 something.
Golly, what an immature.
But that goes to this. Just because you're an athlete doesn't make you have money doesn't make you mature. Some of these guys was sans bitch, as the French would say, before they became rich.
Yeah,
They had absolutely no hoes.
You could tell like some of the moves Zion made.
Oh man, Zion dating that bitch built like she was from the movie Ants. Over here, but the cool thing about Zion, though, what I'm gonna give him is Zion's kept it player. Though he hasn't come out and said nothing about her. He hasn't said anything. The only thing he did was post how happy he is with the new bitch, which is what you're supposed to do.
Facts.
Now I say that the ant body built bitch fucked up the game. Now you're not getting nothing.
Yeah,
I think it's Mariah or something like that. You ain't getting nothing now. You could have just kept your mouth shut. See that there goes another issue. Again, don't take. I am not a relationship expert. Do not take dating or relationship advice from me. This is said to be fun and entertaining. Do not do this. That being said, if you didn't know, like if you didn't go searching and you were happy, if you were happy on Tuesday, right? And you found out Tuesday night that something else was happening, why would you fuck up your happiness on Wednesday? Unless you got a plan. So if Zion was really doing all of this, right?
Right.
Now you exposed it. Now he's not paying you no more. Did the expose work in the manner in which you thought it was going to work? I think she was saying something wild. Like she was getting $50K a month. Are you getting that money now? Was running your mouth worth losing $50,000 a month to lay on your back for 5 minutes?
Cameron Brink, I'd do it for 20.
Cameron Brink, boy. I let Cameron Brink flew me out.
I'd do it for 5.
Shoot. All right, boy. That's bad. That is gorgeous pilgrim.
Dollars. Yeah, for real.
Tell him of all time. Like it just, again, Xavier shouldn't have done that stuff.
Oh God, these dudes. Don't teach your kids now not to make heroes out of these. Because it's not like some of them are actual heroes. They devote their time and energy, but you got a lot of these too. Jealous over a bitch to go ahead. Wow.
I'm just not like, and a lot of times, I guess it's to the kids for the embarrassment, which is fucked up. But like, you know why? I haven't nothing that this has happened in a while. It's all you're doing is like when you do this stuff, like maybe not to the sun, but like when men do this, like I'm gonna put it on social media. One, a lot of these women already have all of their highlights on social media anyway, so it's really not fucking anything up. But like, all you're doing is giving them free publicity. You're advertising for them. Not Mariah, because none of us are like, there's people who like that, but not me. Most normal guys don't like all of that. Like, because again, I told you about the ass. When they get a new ass, they weren't blessed with ass before. They don't know how to use the ass properly.
Yep. And it doesn't feel the same.
It's definitely not the same.
Yeah.
Eric said, you giving them 5 minutes, 3 minutes designs. Hey, listen, 3 minutes, that's a lot. As Bernie Mac said, it's a lot of motherfuckers been knocked out in the first round of a heavyweight boxing competition. These women, these new chicks, like, who you got to give me? I was like, nope. That's why I'm like Chris Rock said the realest thing on Heart to Heart when he was talking about Meg Thee Stallion. Holla at me when you get to your old nigga face. Date your ball players, your rappers, your point guards. Do all that now. Get your hours. But when you need some bills paid and you just need to, like, what's again? I always forget it. Nate, when you're in a bind, call me Nate. Like, I don't want the hours. I don't like being around myself for an hour, let alone somebody else, man. Like, that's too much time.
It's capped too. I don't believe. I have not met the woman who can go for hours. Where is she at? Show me. I don't believe it. It's capped.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm a ladies, for my ladies listening. This is me, free game by Big Game. It's a couple things. Now, some guys do go in there, get a pregame pop before they come to meet you. They try to impress you, though.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was
you for more than 30 minutes. I want you to listen. If a man lasts inside of you, I'm gonna be honest, 30 minutes is me giving you too much. Now, I'm not talking start to finish, like, you know, maybe a little foreplay and some other shit in there. But if a man lasts inside of you, like just pounding and is going for 30 minutes, your pussy's trash.
That's not fair. That's not actually. Now I know why.
I'm sorry, but it's the vagina's
Girls do be feeling some type of way
trash.
about that.
The walls aren't there. Like, put it, okay, you don't believe me. Homework assignment. Everybody go take if you don't have a hot dog, get a slice of bologna. The hot dog gives you more of a visual representation, or sausage, right? Put that bitch in the microwave on high for 2 minutes.
How is that?
And tell me what happens when you put a hot dog or a sausage in the microwave for 2 minutes. That motherfucker gonna burst. If I'm able to go inside of you, that means the warmth's not there. The lubrication's not there. It's a lot of other stuff. It's a lot of fucking things going wrong. Possibly your walls aren't there. And what some of y'all say y'all enjoy and like, your walls are shot.
It's not.
Nobody, the dude's falling into. At this ripe old age, I'm stopping. If I'm fucking tired. Like, why did you? No, I didn't. Thing is, like, if it's like the fucking walls of Jericho that came tumbling down. The hell's wrong with you, man? How many kids have you vaginally had? Like, no, it's just because you're not big enough. Bitch, nobody's big enough. Nobody's man enough for you. That's a problem. It can't be everybody else's fault. But what I'm saying is, so if you go up inside of her and you go quick, that's kudos to the chef. That don't blame me.
I can't argue with this spin.
Don't blame me. Blame God for giving you good vagina. You could have not had it. But see, what happens is our world has told women that everything that they do is great, right?
Yeah.
And the truth is we need some truth here. Plus, I got shit to do. Like, somebody might have hacked into my account at this point. Like, you know, I check my bank accounts. Like, it's just a natural. Every time I flip my phone up, I go to the same 4 apps. I could have checked it and put it down in 5 minutes. I open my phone, go to the same 4 apps again, make sure nothing has happened. But like an hour, all of that stuff, man, listen, guys.
Just need techniques. I honestly think about things I don't like. And I also wear a condom because I was terrified of STDs growing up. So wearing a condom
definitely kind of good. But women love to say, just wear a condom. But then that same business going in and say wear a condom will tell you, oh, I have an allergy to this, so I don't like wearing condoms.
A red flag. What you mean?
Now, how do you know? How many dicks has been up inside you with a condom that you know? But yeah, I'm not a body count. I'm not a body count guy. I don't care about that. I just care, are you clean? No. All of that shit. But the point is that some of y'all, listen.
No, we need to count the raw body counts. Those things.
Raw body counts count.
It's like an exponential.
I do think you shouldn't. If you got it, because raw is like, I'm a firm believer, don't go over 65%. But raw is definitely at 60. You're at 60% once you go raw. It ain't much you can do to not go over 65% at that point. But some of y'all dudes is nasty. You're getting head in the strip clubs. You're doing all these different things. Hey, I'm not here to judge you, but what I'm here to tell you is that my whole point in that was, ladies, at a certain point, if you don't know how to make you come, I'm not going to know how to make you come.
That part,
Like,
yeah.
so that's why I'm also
Mhm.
saying it doesn't take 30 minutes for you to nut. You're not when you got the room sounding like a fucking barbershop, it didn't take you fucking 30 minutes. You put the thing right where it's supposed to be at, and you're doing what you need to do. You get the video. What I'm learning is women like the videos like we do. You finally got the video to the point where you like, and you're watching it while you're watching the video, and then boom, you do what you need to do.
No one loves you like yourself.
Nobody. Like, so if you can't coach me, like, again, doesn't matter how good of an athlete. Tom Brady had a coach too.
Mhm.
He needed somebody to call the plays. He couldn't navigate where he was in. It's too much going on. Somebody has to coach him through the moment.
Yeah.
So that's the problem is y'all, again,
Other
R&B
tips, leave
music.
the TV on. I'll watch the TV and just not be in the moment. Just take yourself out the moment like a man.
Listen, the reason why I like to play music because it gives me a good time.
Yeah.
If I made 3 songs, you're done. We're finishing this up. Like, dude, like, come on. 3 5-minute songs is 15 minutes,
Well, that's
man.
back in the day. Now the songs are TikTok songs.
Oh, yeah. So, all right, maybe not 3 songs now, but like, if Lenny Williams, Cause I Love You was 6.5 minutes.
You waiting for him.
You play, what's the song I was doing with Teddy Perry? Like that song right there, like that's 7. That's right now we've gone, like them 2 songs is enough. You're not done yet? I mean, you know what? Listen, baby, it's a pump. If you haven't never had been to a well or whatever, like if it's been raining a lot and it is filled, you ain't got a problem to pump, but so much before water come out.
What I will say about if the hour plus long sessions ain't no round 2s. That's it. I'm going to sleep after. 100%.
I mean, round 2 and 3 is for vacations. Like that's when you guys are acting. You're acting out of your mind. You ain't got shit else to do. You can go breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But like regular every day of a fucking Wednesday, I got shit to do, man. Like we got PTA meeting. We got like some of y'all big freaks. So you know what y'all got to do on Wednesdays. You got church. Nah, Charles Walker porn is definitely melted our brains away. It's melted in women because women always talking about they want 13, 14. I'm saying, look at that bit. Looking at porn on an 85-inch screen TV in 4K can fuck your head up.
Now looking back at it, I feel kind of bad. Women are I've looked directly into a woman's eyes and thought of like, what am I going to eat later? That type of thing, just taking myself completely out of it. But you can't have it all. I can't be all lovey-dovey and into it and last long. So, I mean,
I'm just saying, I'm just not.
He said, I'm just not.
Just not.
The knees ain't to save the hips.
I'm listening, man. I can't wait to be. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Oh, and ask a girl to ride for 20 minutes.
Have you seen the TikToks where they women like always judge, and so the guy was like, okay, let's put you on they put a pillow in front of her and she had to thrust.
Oh,
and they can't last a minute.
It's like
before they're tired.
Blank.
And I'm like, you don't realize how difficult it is to be with y'all.
It's exhausted.
Nah. Nope, Londa, you deserve that shit. I hope he breaks you down and tears your ass up so that you don't ever fucking leave him. Hey, that's funny. That's wild. That's wild, man. Like round 2, like, no, I don't want it. No, you gotta run. You gotta look like Ebony from Players Club, like
when COVID shut shit down, that's when a lot of people were getting at work and just exhausted. You got nothing else to do, so better not hope for another pandemic. You're done.
You're gonna have a bunch of more pandemic babies. But nah, y'all over here wilding, man. Y'all some crazy people. The more birthdays you have, the more you find out that shit too much like work. Amen.
You should be getting paid, I guess.
Especially these old women be like, hey, man, listen, you had ACL surgeries, Bertha. And you talking about you need a man to do this, bitch. You can't do it.
That's that part, too.
Trying to put you to sleep. You try to do that song, like that song, was it Jay Holiday, Put You to Bed?
Oh yeah,
That's what they're trying to do. Even though I can't really hear that song the same anymore because it was on the show, some football TV show, and they thought the quarterback was gay, but the center knew he was gay. And so they were playing the Put You to Bed song, and he was making lasagna, and the dude came behind him, the center, and just like, I'm gonna put you, whoa.
no.
Yeah, it was wild. I had to stop. Couldn't watch the show anymore. Fucked me up. Kind of seeing what the anti-woke crowd is saying when they kind of just gotta put it in everything. Like, it don't have to be everywhere, man. Like, we could just, there's sometimes it is a little forced.
Yeah, like any trend.
But
Oh,
like some of the stuff I could see that character being a transmission or whatever. Like, that's cool. But like some of it just feels like we were minding our business and it just boom, you just put it right there. Like it doesn't even make sense to the scene. Like the gayness didn't make sense. But I will say that most of us men are only mad when it's a gay guy or a transmission. We never argue when it's like some cool ass lesbians. Like, we didn't have to have the lesbian scene in there, but you know, it's cool. It's a nice little variation there.
Yeah.
We only like it when we like, man, why are there extra dicks in there? We didn't ask for this.
Who wants that?
Who wanted the extra dick? Who ordered the extra sausage? It was the game. That's what it was, till dog. It wasn't Ballers. Ballers is the ESPN thing that everybody talked about how real it was, but it was fake as shit.
I never watched it.
Ballers, not Ballers. No, I'm lying.
Is that the one with The Rock?
Ballers is the one with The Rock. The game is the one that I actually did enjoy until that scene, because it was a better kind of how it works a little bit. Playmakers was the one that was full of shit. And the reason why I say that is, one, they had Omar Gooding, which is Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother. If those are my age, people my age, y'all remember Wild and Crazy Kids?
Yeah.
They tried to make me believe Omar Gooding was a thug and Baby Boy when we seen Omar Gooding shaving water balloons at birthday parties and shit.
Job, though.
Like, man, that motherfucker ain't no goon. I can't see you as no goon, man. You over here, you're a wild and crazy kid. And then they made
best actor.
Then they made him a running back, and he had a cocaine problem.
I remember.
And
now.
he ran out of the stadium to meet the drug dealer in the fucking parking lot to go get some cocaine. Like, bro, that's not how this works at all. Like, you can't. You get 15 minutes. Your coaches are talking to you. You don't get to run. You know how many people you got to go past to see that for that to happen? For a bump? No. If you're a real cocaine user, you already have the bump on you.
You think Michael Irvin ever took a bump mid-game?
Without a doubt. There's a pig's pussy pork. Michael Irvin done took a bump mid-broadcast.
Still beast.
Oh, man, this is cocaine. I tell people, in my life, I've looked at, there's only a couple drugs that just really look at you as if you're crazy. Like, you're crazy to do that. Meth, crack, even though, shout out to Hunter Biden. Like, Hunter Biden sounds like a great time to be around. Like, Russian spies. I don't want the crack. You can have my portion of crack. I don't need that. But like all the other stuff, blow hookers and all this other shit, like they're trying to make me dislike Hunter Biden. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to dislike Hunter Biden. I don't give a fuck about Hunter. If Hunter Biden was a politician, I'd be like, hey, man, get that motherfucker out of office. But he sounds like a good time. But Lawrence Taylor kept it in his locker. Yeah, Playmaker kept it in his sock. But nah, man. Long story short, don't send wild pictures to little boys. Especially when you're trying to get back at their mama. And just don't shoot the clubs up. Pull out. Paint faces. Do all the cool shit. I would tell Londa how she can keep round 2 away from her husband. Just what you do is when he pulls out, right, just bite him. That's your husband. He's not going to punch you. He ain't going to be thinking about round 2 if you just bite him one time. Just bite him. Just do something so crazy or out of pocket that he's just like, damn. But anyways, man, appreciate y'all for chopping up with me on this Friday. We will see you guys Monday afternoon. Make sure you check out Sporadics, check out a lot of other different things. Be traveling a lot, so hopefully we will have a Wednesday show, but it should be in the evening. So appreciate you guys for chopping it up, and we will see you next time.